Rating facial attractiveness, a thing of controversy. Some people swear by it, some people despise it, and some feel indifferent towards it. I've did a video back in May on it. I've watched it back and I didn't like it. It felt rushed, lacked information, and enough instructions. So I decided to do a series on how you can rate your own facial attractiveness, or you can just watch this if you are curious. Now I believe that I am more fit for this since I've rated I believe around 1400 faces plus. So this has been a long journey. I've decided today to share with you my subjective opinion on how the attractiveness of the lower third region should be rated. Before I start with the video, I want to also give my opinion on this whole face rating thing. I think that face ratings does hold an element of truth to it, because a big portion of facial attractiveness will always be objective. And what I also believe is that when you know your weak and strong points, through rating yourself, you can go through an intensive and calculated look maxing journey. But a face rating score for some few cases will not reflect someone's dating life. Keep that in mind. This is why we call it a facial attractiveness score or face rating score. Anyways, this introduction has been way too long. If you want to support the channel and get your face evaluated by me with personalized look maxing advice, link will be down in the description. Without further ado, let's get this video started. Now, in today's video, we will start with the jaw. It's the first thing that I start with. The jaw and eyes are the most mentioned things in the black belt community when it comes to a person's attractiveness. You hear the terms hunter eyes and Chad jaw get thrown around a lot. I want you to think of the jaw as a Lego puzzle. There are multiple parts of the puzzle that comes together that makes the male jaw attractive. And the first thing I start with is the ramus. The ramus is that bone located in between the ear and the body of the mandible, and it also connects to the body of the mandible to form the gonial angle. Now the ramus should be long. A long ramus leads to a bulky, masculine looking jaw, and it also leads in most cases to a better gonial angle. An average ramus length ranges from 55 to 63 millimeters, but these numbers can't really be trusted. I'd rather use visual clues. Someone with a long ramus is known. So if you have a long ramus, then you get a good grading. If the ramus length is average, then you get an average grading. And if it's short, then it's a flaw. If it's very short, then it's a severe flaw. This is how you should look at it. Take your picture and see how well you grade on that certain feature. Now we're gonna look at the bone that connects with the ramus, the mandible. This one is pretty simple. You want the mandible to be straight and forwardly grown. It shouldn't grow down, it shouldn't be recessed or curved. When you grade yourself on this one, you want to see the level of projection and how straight it is. Next, the gonial angle or the jaw angle. This one means the angle the ramus makes with the body of the mandible. I know this will sound crazy, but from my experience, different people look decent with different angles, within a range from 105 degrees to 120 degrees, with the best ranges being in between 112 to 118 degrees. I measure the angle by using the Photoshop ruler. I check multiple measurements to make sure I'm correct or take a immediate number. Anything above 120 degrees just usually looks too steep, and anything below 105 degrees will result in you looking like Minecraft Steve. If you are in between 105 to 120 degrees, it's good. It's even better if you are in between 112 to 118 degrees. Keep in mind that different angles look better on different people, depending on the rest of their features. The chin. This one is also simple to grade yourself on it. You want it to be projected, and by that I mean it should line up with the nasal bridge or overshoot it a bit. If it does not line up, then it's a flaw. And if it recesses even further, then it's a major flaw. The hyoid area. This one is self-explanatory. It should be tight, hugging the body of the mandible and not loose. Next is the bigonial width or jaw width. This one is also very simple. I'm gonna give the average measurements so that you guys get an idea. The average width ranges from 100 millimeters to 108 millimeters. You can see just from the look of it if someone got a wide jaw or not. And another thing, the jaw width should be around 80 to 85% of your zygomatic width to be ideal. So if you grade yourself on how wide the jaw is, there are two levels of bad, very narrow and narrow. There is average, there is above average, and there is wide, which is great. But too wide is a flaw. Things need to stay in proportions. For the thirds of the jaw, they are also simple. You split the jaw into 3/3 and see how wide the chin or narrow it is in comparison to the 2/3 of the jaw. Things should be all evened out, but it's fine if you got a pointy chin or a wider one. As long as it's proportionate, it's not gonna hit the score very hard. In the same category, we also look at the symmetry of each third. Sometimes one side of the jaw is bigger than the other, or the jaw is pulled or skewed to one side, resulting in major asymmetry. These are the parameters you want to keep in mind when looking at the thirds, the symmetry and the proportions of the chin to the two-thirds of your jaw. Now for the chin to philtrum ratio, this one is also very simple. You want the ratio to range from 1 to 2 to a max of 1 to 3. I found the best ratios to start from 1 to 2.3 to 1 to 2.5. These ones are the most attractive. So yeah, these are the parameters that you grade yourself on. Now you're gonna look at how well you score on each feature, each with its own parameters. This is pretty simple. If you score, for example, good on all and average on chin projection and chin to philtrum ratio, your jaw will still be attractive. Another example, if you score average on all of them, the jaw will be average. If you score below average in almost all of them with a few average scores, your jaw probably will be below average. There is some outliers. For example, some guys will have a short ramus with a gonial angle of 120 degrees, but their jaw width and projections are decent and proportionate, making their jaws look good for their face. You have to also see if the combination of these features harmonize well with each other. It's not just a number game, you need to be smart about it. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A like and subscribe will be highly appreciated. And like usual, catch you guys in the next one.